That life was actually very difficult. I wasn't capable of handling the things that were happening to me because I had experienced quite a bit of trauma. One of my closest friends had just committed suicide. So I was experiencing a ton of grief, and I started drinking a lot. I was just drinking by myself. It was my first time experiencing death with someone in my age range, like somebody that I was that close to. I had experienced death from Rwanda, which is where I was born. My mom's side of family was like decimated. I had experienced that grief growing up, just not having those family members, not even having their pictures, but hearing stories about them. The grieving, I think, was so deep that it was kind of leading into some mental health issues that I think I had been pushing to the side for a really long time, and like grieving so deeply started bringing things up. I started having suicidal ideation, and then I realized like the depths that my depression had to come to. It was something that I had never experienced before, and it brought me to like a really low point. I noticed a huge change in myself, and so when I got home, I was like a completely different person. I remember my mom first looked at me like this, like she could recognize something that was different that I couldn't recognize myself. That was the initial hospitalization, was catatonia. I had an episode at the airport because I was sitting in the airport and I couldn't move at all. And somebody noticed that. She was like in my face, like, hello, are you okay? And then she gets the flight attendants over and is like, I think something's really wrong with this young lady. She's not moving, she's not doing anything. It literally felt like somebody was holding my ankles down to the ground. I could not move, and it made no sense to me. They took me to the hospital. I didn't say anything. I didn't speak the whole time. I had never been in a hospital before, a mental health hospital. All of this was new. I figured I would just be like another 20-something-year-old that is like struggling to get their life together and getting into trouble and fixing things like you see in the movie. That's what I thought it would be like. They put me on some medications that did not work. My catatonia was kind of in and out, and I started feeling stranger and stranger and like weirder and weirder and like disconnected from reality. I was sitting up catatonic all night, almost every day. They took me to the hospital at Harborview. The social worker at Harborview brought me over to Tri-House, and they asked me if I would like to live there, and I said yes. I was doing much better because I was on different medications. They finally found a really good mix for me, and I initially didn't want to ever have to take medications, but then I was like, well, I mean, I'm probably going to go back to self-medicating if I don't go with this. I was recognizing that I seriously needed it. I had a mental health issue, and that was very difficult to come to terms with because I'd always been used to being completely normal. I just felt like I'm not the person who should be mentally ill. I didn't expect it. It was so shocking to me. I will be eternally grateful to Tri-House because it gave me that place that I needed just to think. I was never like alone sitting or had the time or had the finances to really just take the time off and get through the stuff that was bothering me. So today I'm like totally different. I'm doing much, much better. There's like a community for me here that's really small knit, but it is really precious to me. I've been looking at jobs and I'm just not comfortable yet with being seen by so many people. I want something really small, really private, which is why I really prefer to just work at Tri-House and keep gardening, that kind of thing. It's really leveled out my experience here and made it very, very positive. People don't realize how important it is for your self-confidence to have your own money. It's a really, really big deal. So I'm very thankful for that. I am moving into my own apartment, which I'm so thankful and so excited about. I can't even describe to you how big of a difference it is. It really puts things into perspective for me because I recognize that not everybody is capable of moving out and living on their own yet. So I'm so thankful to be one of those people. I feel ready to move into my own space. The main goal for me is to return to college, but having my own space I think will really drive me to buckle down and focus and go back to school. And I know that I still have a lot of work to do, But to do that in my own space, I feel like would be a game changer. It's just huge. I'm so excited. I'm hoping that it'll be next spring semester, that I'll be like, I can do this, I'm ready for it. So that's what I'm most excited about. Life is just gonna throw things at me, and I just have to deal with it, and I just have to be strong through whatever it is and make myself proud. And that's something that my mother also said. She's like, you need to stop thinking about making us proud now. It's all about making yourself proud. So I think this is gonna be a really awesome experience.